Today's quick riff is Let Her Go by Passenger. This one's a pretty fun riff. It's not super easy for the very beginner, so it might be a bit challenging, but if you want to give it a go, let's try it out. Make sure to check out the description below for full lyrics with chords on top of them, as well as the tabs for the riff we go over and any other techniques covered in this video. So you've got your capo on the 7th fret, which is a little bit awkward because it makes it a little harder to reach the frets, but it's the easiest place to play this song. So this riff is actually the same thing repeated twice, and we've got 4 little individual sections in the riff. So let's begin. The first section is this bit. And if you notice that general pattern repeats 4 times. So the first bit, start with your 3rd finger, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and as usual, all my frets will be relative to the capo. Play that with your 2nd finger on the right hand. Then play the open 1st string with your 3rd finger. Then back to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string with your 2nd finger. Then move your 1st finger to the 1st fret of the 2nd string and play that. And then we've got this first riff. And then you're going to want to, with your 1st finger on the right hand, pick the 3rd string and then hammer on with your middle finger on this hand. So hammer on, if you don't know, is basically you just hammer the fret to make a sound without actually picking it with the right hand. So you're going to do, and then you're going to grab your 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string, 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 4th string, and play all 3 of those. So that bit's going to be, so up to now we have, and then after that, you're going to take these fingers off, play the open 3rd string, then go back to the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and you're playing that with your thumb, and then put your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string again, and play that with your 2nd finger. And right there is the entire first section. And then we move on to the next bit, which is like this. So to play that, start with your 3rd finger, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, 2nd finger, 3rd fret of the 6th string, and we're going to add in that bass note there, and play both of these 2. And then the rest of the pattern is the same as that first section. Use your 3rd finger on the open string on the 1st fret, or on the 1st string, then back to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string with your 2nd finger on the right hand, and then back to the 1st fret on the 2nd string with the same finger again. Now this transition's a little quick in the full speed of the song, but it's kind of the only way to do it. So you do have to pick that 2nd finger twice. And then you're going to move down to the hammer-on again. This 1st finger plays the open 3rd string, and then hammer on to the 2nd fret. And then this time your chord is going to be the 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and you play that, and with your thumb on the right hand you play the 5th string as well. What that whole part looks like is this. And then to finish that off, you've got 1st finger playing the open 3rd string, then your 3rd finger playing the open 1st string, and then back to this chord here with your 3rd or the 2nd finger, the stretch all the way out to the 6th string, and your 3rd finger right there on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And that's the last note there. So now that whole section is going to look like this. So we've got so far the whole thing. And now we're going to the third part, which is very similar to the first part. Actually, it's the exact same, except that you're adding on this finger for the first note. Third fret of the sixth string, third fret of the second string. And then you're just playing the exact same thing you did in the first part. So, open first string, back to the third fret of the third string, and then back to the first fret of the second string. And then do your open to second hammer on the third string. And then back to that chord. And then this last ending bit, so that bit's going to be, and then this is where things are a little bit different. So then you leave the first finger on, but take off the other two, and then play the second string with your second finger on the right hand, and then play the open third string, and then play the third fret of the first string with the third finger on your right hand, and then pull off to the open. And pull-offs are basically, you're on the string, and you pull it off to make it play without actually picking in the right hand. And then the next note is going to be first fret, second string with your first finger, and you're going to play that with the second finger on your right hand. And then you're going to do a hammer on to the third fret. And then you're going to end with first fret, second string. And you're going to play the fifth fret or fifth string with your thumb on the right hand, the second string with your second finger on the right hand, and the first string with your third finger on the right hand. So that last section's a bit confusing. But if you just take it slow and look at the tab on the top, you should be able to figure it out if you look along with me. So that last bit sounds like this. Okay, so that's the entire riff. The whole thing together now will look like this. And you're just going to repeat that whole thing twice, and that's the whole riff. It's not super easy. It even took me a few tries to get it down, so don't expect it to be instant, but it is actually a pretty cool riff. As a limited time added bonus, I'm offering my first 1,000 YouTube subscribers a lifetime discount of 50% off everything I ever make. You heard me right. I want to give you 50% off everything I ever sell. Right now, I've got a beginner guitar course, and I plan to release lots of other content as I get set up. If you want to take this offer, just subscribe to my channel and look at the description below to claim your lifetime discount.